So I was thinking that people who say, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me, or I don't care what anybody says about me, they're fucking liars. Everybody, to a certain extent, a certain degree, does care what other people say about them or how they're perceived in their local societal communities. The reason I say that is because, think about it, I have a business, and if I'm regarded as a low-life piece of shit by my local community who can do nothing right and only causes problems, I could be the best in the world at my trade, but nobody's going to want to hire me. It was put to me once like this: if a man builds 1,000 bridges and fucks one goat, what do people call him? Exactly. It's all about the perception. Think about Absalom in the Bible. He was the son of David, and the Bible makes it very clear that he was an extremely attractive dude. And that's how he won favor with the ladies, of course, but also with the men of Israel, with the soldiers of David's army, some of them, and also how he kind of got away with screwing his father's whores on top of his father's house in front of the entire city. And everybody said, hey, what a Chad. Huh. So in different ways, people perceive everyone in different lights. And of course, there are people who are like, oh, somebody called me a homophobe or a racist or a Nazi, right? Any one of those, they've lost a lot of power, and so people don't really care what they think about other people calling them those names specifically, sure, but to an extent, everybody in the world is concerned with how they are perceived by their local communities, and they have to be, right? I mean, there's dudes that did no other crime in this world other than being fucking ugly as fuck, unfortunately, and they're still, considered by many in society as a terrible piece of shit just because of how he looks. Like, ew, don't that guy, right? The perception of criminals in society, the top classes of criminals, though, I believe, would be your tech bros, your vineyard bros, and your ender bros. Now, these three are really bad, but I posit to you, and I submit to thee, that there is one group of people that are almost as bad as them. Antagonists. And I'm not talking about anime antagonists or comic book antagonists, talking about Lex Luthor for Superman, your Joker for Batman, Doc Ock for Spider-Man, fucking Eisen for Ichigo, for the OGs in the crowd. I'm talking about people who just want to get a rise out of you for no other reason than to see you get angry or whatever. Like those guys in the comment section, lol, easy bait, all that bullshit. Yeah, shut the fuck up, bro. Nobody likes you, fuck off. We have a situation in this country where the antagonists are mainly on the left side of the aisle, and they were pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing pre-C-19 pandemic timeframes. They were pushing this stuff, and then it got amplified when nobody could leave their house and they were subjected to all this information coming into them nonstop. It was worse. They're trying to trans our kids, talk about homosexual shit about to our kids. Communism and socialism and all that bullshit, despite the fact that it's never worked in history, never will work. Everybody wants to just keep pushing that because, free shit, and they're just antagonizing you into trying to come around to their way of thinking, but they'll never stop antagonizing you even if you bend to them, right? You got these people that just want to antagonize you. Like, I don't even know how else to say it. I had this problem with my brother growing up. He would antagonize the fuck out of me all the time, and my mom was like, son, there are going to be people like that in your life throughout your life. You got to learn to deal with it. And I was kind of like, okay, I sort of get it, but also fuck my brother for doing that to me. You can't have a conversation with somebody who just wants to get a rise out of you. It's fucking stupid. You're going to bang your head against the fucking brick wall, and you're going to end up being the one that got hurt, right? It's just not going to work out for you. So this whole evolution brings me to the point that I had predicted January 6th, that's right. Not the location and the place of and the exact events, but just how it would happen and what would happen with the people if things kept going the way they were. I said, if they keep trying to shovel this bullshit down our throats and trying to tell us that we need to adhere to their sick, fucked up ideas, because if we don't, then we're bad people, then eventually the right, the conservatives, they're going to fucking explode in some capacity. And when that happens, I said, the left will point to us and say, see, they're violent. We always told you they were violent, and now they're just proving it. We were always right. And thus the January 6th protest happened. And yes, I called it a protest because until every single mainstream media organization that pushed fiery but mostly peaceful protests for the BLM riots where people died and businesses and buildings were burned to the fucking ground, and they also attacked the capital of the United States at one point, setting it on fire too, until every mainstream media news outlet apologizes for misleading the people and spreading misinformation and dissolves themselves out of shame, then fuck you. January 6th was a protest. Fuck off. But anyway, yeah. So in my mind, antagonists cause all this bullshit, and it's basically just leftists. And you could qualify or quantify whatever you want to call it, leftists as a cult, but honestly, it's kind of fucking insulting to cults because, at least in their own small community, cults have a fucking point. Okay? This doesn't. This, how it's gotten these days, is just fucking complete horseshit. Don't argue with stupid people. They will bring you down to their level and beat you with experience. Straight up. Fuck them.